Major Mohammed Shah, defense expert, Empire Media panelist with us. Feroz Bhakt Ahmed, educationist, chancellor, Maulana Azad National Urdu University with us. Professor Asif Ramiz Daudi, South and Middle East Asia foreign policy expert with us. Athar Zia, Empire panelist also with us. He's also a social activist. Welcome all of you gentlemen on this discussion. Major Shah, would you like to come in here? What is your reading of the entire incident, and especially these people talking of a population explosion, telling the Danes that they will take over the country by producing more children?
Meenakshi, it's rather shameful, and but I don't expect anything much more than citizens of Pakistan who have spoiled the name of Islam, who think that they live in an illusion that they are the so-called custodians of Islam, but they are not.
Yeah.
Rather, it's the other way around. So yes, when you talk about education, education is not about getting a BA or BEd or an MBA. Education is what we are upbringing is, what we learned. And it really pains me. It is really very disturbing, and it is really shameful actually. It is really actually shameful. Middle of the road, people are shouting, my religion better than yours, your forefathers were this, that, and talking about ancestry, talking about what it is. It is really, and I would not be surprised if I get to know that such things are a regular feature in Pakistan. Bigotry in Pakistan is a very, very common thing. It's a very, very bigoted society. There they do not, like there's a cricketer called Danish Kaneria. I'll take an example. Danish Kaneria's uncle, his mother's real brother, was a wicket keeper when Imran Khan was the cricket captain of Pakistan. He was mistreated. In fact, it's been documented. So when Pakistanis come forward and do this, what signal does it go around the world?
Yeah.
It goes around that Muslims have come. Nobody will say, oh, Pakistanis have spoken that way. It will go around, the worst signal goes around is Muslims have come around and they have spoken that way. And there, the blood will be borne by Athar Zia, by Asif Ramiz Daudi, by Mr. Feroz Bhakt Ahmed, by Mohommed Ali Shah. And now, who do we go on explaining? That no, we disassociate from them. They were not Muslims, they were Pakistani. They were bigoted, illiterate. I mean, the wildness, the word, I don't know what term to use. I fall short of adjectives. I will get carried away and I will start using
yes,
words.
Absolutely, and then we'll have to blur them out as well, like we had to blur out from the last video, and we won't, of course, want that headache. But I take your point. It's a very strong point which you are making, and a very serious one.
Before me, Major Mohammed Ali Shah was speaking. I think he has hit the nail just on the head. Problem with these people is, today Islam is under scanner, and it is because of such activities.
Mohammed Shah, sir, last word to you. What would you like to say in conclusion to those watching this all-important, significant telecast today, sir?
Meenakshi, thank you very much for giving me the last word. Listen, I would like to tell you, when you all were kids, Meenakshi, and if people were to use some abusive words in school, our teachers would say, oh, is this what your parents have taught you? If we use some cuss words at home, our parents would say, oh, this is what you've learned in your school. This is what so that impression sets in. Now it is really disgraceful, shameful, reprehensible, and it is really, as it is, Pakistan is known for their expertise in IT, not information technology, but international terrorism. As it is, they spoiled the community's name there. As if that wasn't enough, you find a normal citizen who's not a terrorist, fine, but anyone who's creating terrorist is a terrorist. Now he comes and spoils the name further of the community. I want to give a message loud and clear that, listen, we do not associate Islam, does not associate with either terrorism or this kind of nonsense. It's a misnomer, it's a wrong misconception. It is a misconception which is gone across the world because of idiots like these. That Islam, aise hi honge, ye sab aise hi honge. They all must be like this, which is not the case. And I think it is about time that people from the community across the world, in fact, not just India or Pakistan or across the community, which includes girls all over, should call out the shots and say, reach out to whatever little voice they have, to their own limitations, in social media, on Facebook, Twitter, wherever they can, and disassociate, not just disassociate, rebuke it. It's about time they should call out that this kind of a thing is not recognized by any of us, and we do not Islam doesn't stand for this kind of nonsense, basically.
Well, absolutely, and that's a very pertinent point you make as we conclude this discussion. The way to describe these young men who are indulging in this sort of hooliganism, reverse racism, is nothing but to call them a fringe, reject them, reject this sort of mentality they are endorsing, and of course show to the world what the religion, what the community is all about. It is nothing what these people seem to be endorsing. Strict action against these individuals must be taken. Of course, that's the conclusion or the consensus rather coming from the panel who joined us on this extremely riveting discussion. On that note, I'd like to thank all of you.